Hello, viewers. So, Kashmir foil is really a manipulated propaganda when we are seeing this movie is getting more and more fame on Bollywood because of manipulated propaganda against the Muslim, especially about the exodus of many Hindu Pandit in 1990. And they're claiming that the exodus was really the brutal exodus of the history and made by some of the backup organizations of the Pakistan and Kashmiri extremist Muslims. So they are just creating sentimental and emotional stories related to the Pandit of 1990 Exodus, and where they're claiming the reason is this that Kashmir got the status of a special state, a semi-autonomous state in 1949, in time of Sheikh Abdullah, when the Sheikh Abdullah was imprisoned from the detention, and he begged right of the semi-autonomous state for the India, and India allowed the Sheikh Abdullah that you have the permission and to include the Article 35A in the Constitution. And so India granted the semi-autonomous status for the Kashmir, and at that time the president was the Karan Singh, the son of Hari Singh. So Karan Singh has the special loyalty with the people of the Kashmir. And at that time, when Sheikh Abdullah demanded for the agricultural reforms, opposing the rights of many peasants in the Kashmir, and then the Karan Singh openly criticized these reforms, but Sheikh Abdullah endorsed these reforms without the permission of the Karan Singh, just under the thumb rule of the Indian army. We all know that Sheikh Abdullah has been put into the detention when he gave a controversial statement related to the Kashmir. That Kashmir is not a part of India, but it is a part of Pakistan from his detention. And then he was under the thumb rule once again. So again and again, he was under the complete pressure and force of the Indian army. The reason is that under this military rule and under this extreme pressure from the Indian government and Indian military, how the people, especially the backup organizations and the Muslims of the Kashmir, got a lot of courage to expel the Pandit out of their country, and by putting a lot of brutalities and violence on them. And when we see the Article 35A through the lens of reality, so it was mentioned in Article 35A that the non-Kashmiri people had no permission at that time to enter into the Kashmir, and so no one had permission to buy the property in the Kashmir, and no one had permission to expel the Kashmiri people from the land of Kashmir, either they are Hindu or either they are Muslims. So what is the fact behind the exodus of the Hindu Pandit in 1990? That is the facts. Pressure from the Indian sides to on the people of the Kashmir to expel the people of Liberation Front and other political organization backed by Pakistan, according to their suspicion, they are backed by Pakistan. So government put the pressure on the Kashmiri to expel these people from the Kashmir one by one, and then the government used the force to expel a lot of the Kashmiri people from their homeland. And as a result, more than 1 lakh Kashmiris have been brutally murdered and expelled from the Kashmir as the stooges of the Pakistan, as they are backed by the Liberation Front and many other Pakistani organizations. So as a revenge, the form of civil disobedience started, and the people took the revenge from the Hindu Pandit, and they expelled the Hindu Pandit from the Kashmir, but not with a lot of violence and with a lot of extremism that is mentioned in this movie, because the peoples have no authority and no tools, and they were devoid of the weapons. So they just expelled the Hindu Pandit from their casual weapons, domestic weapons, and so there was not as much violent as that has been explained in this movie. So Hoplo, the sparkle of this civil disobedient only the Indian government, so that Indian government can manipulate the story about the extremism of the Kashmiri people.